Welcome for the hump edition of the
Hold on.
23rd of June. Let it roll, Dave.
We rant about it. Listen to us live on Facebook.
My man is so excited to get started here. Let's go, bro. What's up?
So, as I said, it's the hump day, the 23rd of June. And, I will not be running with us on Friday. And David will tell all about his solo edition on Friday because I'm just leaving the sucker at home while I go with the family out to Universal Studios with 3 kids. David, do you want to trade places?
Absolutely. Actually, I'd rather go to Universal than have to do work, but that's great.
It's kind of funny that, we talk about all kinds of crazy topics. And this one is, a reappearing concept, which is, more and more people are finding it difficult to have a conversation with their friend, their loved one, their neighbor. And I guess I'm guilty of so many of these issues. Like, haven't spoken to my sister in years. I have uncles and aunts that have died without speaking to each other. And it's like a modern day civil war. And, I talk about it like a civil war, but it's literally, media against, talk show hosts. People are being yelled and screamed at. You can call one person angry. You can call a white person angry. You can't call a black person angry. I mean, you hear all this nonsense, and then you finally get to the basis that people are just trying to disrupt society. And so today we're talking all about why we just can't have a normal conversation with our
What do
friends.
you mean we can't get along? What are you talking about? Why can't we just have a normal conversation?
Well, didn't you just hang up on me
No,
one day?
come on. What are you cutting me off for? So there, ladies and gentlemen, in a stupid way is what we're dealing with here. And I'm just going to, it's crazy to watch what's going on in society. And I think we believe there's a lot of problems here right now. Okay, problem number one is, hey, Stuart, let's get rid of the music. Let's make this let's say everybody can hear us. Here's the problem which we see right now. So, if you want to have an opinion, you can express it on social media to the nth degree. But if someone doesn't like what you say, all of a sudden, we gave everybody the pen, the magic pen, and I'm using that proverbial pen to go out and attack somebody. And I can't tell you how many times I posted something on Facebook or on LinkedIn. Well, actually, not LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I actually do not do anything political or actually, that's not true. Even LinkedIn, where I posted something business-wise, I got my head ripped off by people. They didn't agree.
Yep.
Okay, agree to disagree. Be respectful. Now, we can't because thanks to social media, I can hide behind whatever I have, whatever thing I have. And on Twitter, I can hide behind so much anonymity. It's a load of crap. So situation number one is for the last, 15 plus years that we've had social media, suddenly people have felt empowered to act rudely. I will also tell you the journalists have shown us also, many journalists, you see the way they want to cut off, the president of the United States. Mr. Biden recently basically told off a reporter because of his disrespect to the most powerful man in the world. He's the president of the United States. If we can't show respect to the president, whether you agree with him or not,
well actually, David, look, I got to cut you off. First of all, I would call him Mr. Biden, but it's actually President Biden, former Vice President Biden.
Yes, I know that.
To be totally respectful, he forgot all about that episode with the reporter, moments after it happened.
Hey, Stuart. Again, let's stick to the topic here.
We are sticking to the topic. I'm just having to correct you. It's a rant. I got to correct your rant.
And here's a great example of why. Why did you have to correct me? You don't have to correct me here. There's nothing to be correcting me about. The issue at hand here is we just can't agree. And you know what? Look, I don't care that I'm on the right side, conservative side. I don't care like that. And that you're on the left, you're liberal. I don't care. The problem is that if we can have a conversation, and we know there are hot button issues that everybody wants to get upset about, and you get passionate, but what's the point of losing your mind? And if you ever want to see a great example of it, watch Alan Dershowitz at Harvard University at a debate. How many times he was disrupted. They talked over him. You're talking about an exceptional man. And who, by the way, card-carrying Democrat, was talking about, why President Trump can't be impeached. And people vilified him.
Well, people like again. So when you say something, and again, every single media network is libelous on this,
Oh
and
yeah.
the visceral hatred. So today, David, I love you. You're wearing a nice collared shirt today.
Again, you're on my shirt, my clothing.
I got to keep picking
Son
on
of
you.
a bitch.
But kidding aside, today I like your shirt. Tomorrow I don't. It's a different shirt, and I think people are unforgiving. They're going to praise David in his shirt today, but tomorrow it's just to the laundry it goes.
Wow.
In fact of the matter is that's really the brain power of these social mediaites. The social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, YouTube, some of them owned by some of these subsidiaries, are capricit in this as well. They want to censor and control a narrative constantly. But you know what? It's still brother against brother, sister against sister,
Brother
and
against sister, sister against brother.
and
Yeah,
mother against
absolutely.
father, father against
Parent
son,
against
father.
child, absolutely.
And,
Relatives. I mean, God help you for Thanksgiving dinner. You disagree with somebody.
I remember going to a Thanksgiving dinner and told, please do not discuss any politics. And, I'm the right of center and I'm not left of center for the last 20 years. And that speaks for a lot of people. But in some circles, you're the evil villain. And the someone that is, and it's like no one is willing to listen any longer.
Not at
You
all.
know what? So I went to my uncle, and my uncle, who unfortunately got diagnosed with cancer recently, who
Oh,
is
sorry,
doing
man.
a good fight and doing well. You know, didn't really have a good communication with some of his family for decades. Some of them have since died. And when you ask people, do you remember why you're angry? No, I'm just angry. And they just don't want to talk about it. It's like the issue of discussing and trying to reconcile isn't worth the debate. And
Yeah,
my
but
bubby, my
wait,
bubby, my bubby, Thelma Hitzig, and I haven't talked about my bubby much. And she's
for those
kind
of
of
you who
made
don't know, Bubby's a grandmother. But go ahead.
this bubby, her name was Thelma Hitzig, and she had a very hard, long life. And as I'm doing things on Ancestry, I'm finding out more and more stuff, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up family and family not talking, being disconnected. And my bubby used to say, Stuart, just go say you're sorry.
Why?
And
Sorry.
yes. And my bubby used to constantly say, Stuart, you're fighting with your sister. Just go tell her you're sorry. But bubby, I'm right. It doesn't matter, right or wrong. Just say you're sorry, make him feel good. And I think that conclusion really didn't help matters. And at the end of the day, may have made bridges versus taking them away.
Well,
And I think that you've got people on the right that want to make bridges when people on the left are being visceral.
but
And when
it's
people
no.
on
I think
the
it
right
goes.
are being
I'm going to tell
visceral,
you. I agree with you, but I think it goes both ways too. I think that there are
I was
many on the
getting
right
I
who
was
don't want to
trying
look
to
to the
finish the
left.
circle. I was trying to finish the circle. I was
Yeah,
just
but buddy,
starting
I'm cutting you off.
Yeah. I just don't understand why people just can't say, "Hey, look, I'm sorry."
But
I have always governed myself that, you know, in a presidential election, there's one person who is elected and there is due process. Once that process has happened, they become the next president, using the American presidency as an example. I had my vote, I casted it the way that I wanted to cast it in a free election. Free. I didn't have to vote for another person. So many people like to compare the United States to countries like apartheid, like the Middle East, like Iran that just had an election. Was it free and fair? And at the end result was we elected a president, and this time was President Joe Biden. Does he remember it or not? I'm not sure.
Stuart, come on, let's
But at the end of
go.
the day, he is the president of the United States. That doesn't mean I immediately hate any other political party because he's president. And anyone that voted for President Joe Biden, you know, they just cannot talk about and get still so angry about candidate President Trump. I just don't understand why
But
people and
but I'll
Cheryl,
tell you.
thank you for agreeing
But
with my
but but
bubby.
but
And
Stuart,
Cheryl
Stuart,
agrees with my bubby
Stuart,
that
Stuart,
just
I'm
to
gonna,
say I'm
but
sorry.
Stuart, but let me share with you the problem here at hand, okay? And that is, let's take a look at what influences us. And you know what influences us? Let's talk about television. And two TV shows in particular that really draw my is CBS has The Talk, ABC has The View. You have people around a table, very skewed politically, mentally, psychologically, whatever you want to call it. It is a very, very divisive show. And what you see there is that if you disagree with Whoopi, if you disagree with Joey Behar, if you
Bahar.
disagree with any of them, you're cut off, you're yelled at, you're demeaned. Okay? Yesterday, Joy Behar, to show you how the kind of mindset she's in, a football player came out to say that he's gay, and she mocked him. Okay? Now you're talking about something historic here. And so what do you teach people? Right? The problem is this is what TV is doing. Now, what's the net result, by the way? If you look in the last calendar year on these shows, The Talk is down 123,000 viewers. That's 10% of its viewership.
Yep.
The View lost over almost 600,000 viewers.
Oh, that's not a lot of people, though.
Yeah, but there's only 2.3 million people watching it.
Not that many.
That's the point. People are sick and tired of these things. So the point is that forget about, if we would go back to basic values, respect thy neighbor, right? Love thy neighbor. I mean, think about it. It's the most basic value in Judeo-Christianity today. It's what we were founded in as two countries. And yet, what have we done? We fight. We fight over what? A disagreement? Yeah, listen, I disagree. I got family members that are very, very liberal, and we disagree. And sometimes the volume goes up.
Oh,
but
boy.
at the end of the day, man,
Volume goes up with a Solomon party? No.
no. It's
Hey, listen, Jennifer.
Hold on.
Jennifer just corrected me. I spelled Bahar wrong. Jennifer, thank you so much.
But let's again point I'm trying to say here is that, well, you always think you're funny. It's hilarious. But the point is that with respect to this, a debate, a conversation, yeah, we're going to have an election here in Canada very soon. I do not agree with the current government. Okay. But I do have friends. I have relationships with people who are on the other side of the aisle, who are on the other side of the political aisle, if you will. And frankly, I still have to get along with them.
But
the notion that
David, you're speaking like a true conservative. You're thinking that you must get along with them. That is I agree with you, but that's where we all make the mistake. They don't believe they have to get along with us.
That's fine, but I don't have to. So I'm not going to. So if they don't want to get along with me, and they don't want to agree to disagree, and if they don't want to sit around the table, that's their choice. But don't come to me after and ask me for something. Don't come to me afterwards and say, "Oh, we need your vote, or we need your charitable donation, or we need all these things." It doesn't work like that in life.
I agree. David, you know what? On this topic, we're very much like-minded and agree and can only fight about your shirt. I can't fight about anything else with you because in general, you and I have gotten into it over many different things over 40 years. And you know what? Today we can get into it and tomorrow it's forgotten. And yeah, there's bumps and bruises, but going back to what my bubby said, sometimes saying you're sorry is just more important.
You want to know why you want to know why Elton John sang the song "Sorry" seems to be the hardest word?
Why?
But the point is that people are embarrassed. People don't want to say they're sorry. That's an admission of guilt, admission of weakness, but at the same time, they are going to try their hardest. And that's why these a lot on the left are yelling and they're trying to win.
Jennifer brought up another topic. I got to cut you off, which goes back to a previous rant where I talked about my father and his girlfriend. And, my father asked me, please don't talk about politics when we went out for dinner. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm really kind of perturbed. I'm okay with someone having a different political view. But you know what? Telling me not to talk about, and why I'm bringing this up is Jennifer said there are many people that wouldn't go to Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, family life event because of this. And, Bal just basically comes up, sorry about that. People just don't understand.
Hey, Stuart, I think, and I'm going to tell you something. I think that people don't want to, I don't think that people want to get along. I don't think people want to apologize. I think they want to censor. And I think we've also reached our time limit as well for this topic. This is something that's not going to go away. The divisiveness is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, Free Flow Friday, I will be alone again because Stuart abandons me. But folks, I'm going to actually talk about my personality of the week will be Carl Nassib, the NFL player who literally came out on Friday. Why is this so historic? And why shouldn't we look forward to the day when it's no longer newsworthy? I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to pick on Joy Behar with her foolishness. I'm going to bring up other things that whatever you talk about.
Can you do me a favor? Can you get some really good pictures?
Oh, I got some great ones.
While I'm
like great ones. Got some great ones.
Hey, listen, I don't know. Should I listen to it on Spotify, on Apple, on Amazon, on iHeartRadio? Where should I listen to the broadcast?
You should listen to our rant on anywhere where you get your podcasts, on YouTube if you want. Check us out on our website, therantnetwork.com. Watch it again on Facebook if you want on our Facebook page. But folks, we are growing. More and more people. Okay, we are getting topics from people in the UK who want to hear what we have to say. Join me.
David Cameron. Can we talk about David Cameron? Because I met him, and he's a wonderful guy. I had great fun with him. Let's talk about David.
We'll talk about